I think I figured out how to get YouTube on my phone, but I was at the doctor's office and it needed to send me a new password. I needed to use the password or something to change it or something like that. But I need my email and I don't know how to. It didn't want to get out of there just to get the email and stuff. Then I logged into my email account on the phone.
Right.
Let's dispose of the trash.
I'm not done! Swallow blade!
You're really strong.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
We won that by a mile.
We've sure climbed up a long way, haven't we?
Watch your step ahead. With no fencing in place, it would be quite hazardous to fall.
Noted.
Out of our way.
Take this!
You son of a bitch.
It's over!
You got
I thought you were going to wreck the place.
Glacial
I'm
spear.
not near.
Then I'll provide assistance however I can. The heavens must be smiling.
What? Ew. Pineapple. Treasure.
Through! Take this!
Within the soul.
Awaken and reach!
Your blade moves like silk.
I just let my instincts take over.
How fascinating.
As impressive as always.
Didn't even break a sweat. We got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
As long as it keeps you safe, Dorheem, it doesn't matter how it looks or how you look.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Glacial spear.
My
Here's
turn!
evil.
Now!
Well then, I should probably think about tonight's menu.
The design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
Let's see
Big
what
boys
we
are
got.
backing down.
Chain between heaven
Fire
and
on the
corruption. Away with the water.
You're finished!
Illuminate the dark. Huh?
Enough
Our
done.
bodies demonstrate
Do it.
its weak
Good move.
astral energy.
Say no more! Got it!
Well done.
Into
the
I'm
shadow.
ready!
Kisara, frozen.
Hammer!
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
Probably don't need any materials in them soon, but you know. Just like.
Let's dispose of the trash.
My
You're
turn.
really strong,
My turn.
Alphen.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
That's the devil arms. The devil arms are way overpowered right now with all fun.
Indeed. Well, sort of. Actually, it's a family staple.
Since he's usually the one doing the killing.
Maybe you can just write all this down?
discourteous, aren't you?
Take this!
I thought you were
My
going to
turn.
wreck the place.
I'm not nearly finished yet.
Then I'll provide assistance however I can.
Wow, look what I just found.
But to be fair, I'm probably gonna do a playthrough as well at some point without the devil arms, because they Unknwon's so powerful. No, nothing seems to be a threat in this game so far. So I also might do an Unknwon run on New Game Plus with the best weapons, but not the devil arms. Maybe. I've been meaning to make an auto battle only
Go no further.
playthrough on YouTube on every Tales games I own, at least once.
Tables on him.
There are still more left. Really?
I'm just
But I haven't
trying
gotten
to
around
do
to
what
it.
I can.
Still. It's
Not necessarily on the
reassuring
hardest
to have you around.
difficulty,
So soon?
but maybe on easy mode. Maybe, I don't know. When I start on the hardest difficulty, then every time we get game over, just dump it down once at least. Each time. Then put it back up after the fight.
Mega ray.
No dawn shall break this
Do
day.
it. Field. Shion. Astral energy. Full throttle. Go. A flawless
I'm
victory.
ready. Dohalim!
Natural.
In an instant! Impact cross!
Only the best materials in your garments.
You really do have quite the discerning eye, Dohalim.
Yeah, they all kind of look the same to me.
Fashion's subjective. One person's favorite fashion could be the other person's most hated fashion.
Here?
It's here?
Yes. All the energy flowing through the wedge comes together and collects here.
Is that thing a Zoogle? Holy crap, it's huge!
A central core and a guardian?
Once we beat that thing, it'll stop the wedge from taking in any more astral energy, right?
It seems we're in for a fight regardless.
Here it comes. Stay sharp, everyone!
We have overpowered weapon, Unknwon, we're fine.
Is there no end to what the Renans can cook up?
I don't know if that's machine or what, but I do know it's pissing me off!
Watch yourself. There is no knowing what it is capable of.
Any other wisdom you want to pass along?
No escape! It's over!
I didn't think you had it in you.
Focus. There'll be time to congratulate me later.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Is it over?
What the hell is going on?
But yet nobody tried to stop her. It's too dangerous. Oh, she's not stopping. I guess we gotta let her go.
Rinwell!
I had to go outside and pick up after her before morning. By the way,
What's going
I had
on?
to pick up after Opti one night
This warmth.
before morning.
Dana?
Rinwell, are you okay?
Hey, are you crying?
I'm not the only one.
I heard it. Whatever it was, I heard it.
As did I. I'm not sure I'd call it a voice, but it was there.
What in the world just happened?
That was Dana's astral energy we just encountered. And I think what we heard might have been its voice?
You're saying astral energy has a mind of its own?
I haven't the slightest idea. But do you remember what happened when we fought Balsef back in Calaglia?
You mean when that fire monster came out of the spirit vessel?
Exactly. There was such a huge overflow of astral energy, it caused a monster to spawn and take physical form. Maybe the same thing happened here, just with way more astral energy and a bigger monster.
Does that mean if you gather enough astral energy, it can become sentient or take a physical form?
That's what I'm guessing, but it's just speculation. Master cores are able to hold a lot more energy than a spirit vessel, but we still haven't seen anything like that happen in our dealings with them.
That being said, there may be a mechanism of sorts inside master cores and spirit vessels that prevent such reactions.
That fire monster. I remember how it only appeared after Balsef's spirit vessel broke.
Then the reason Rinwell was able to sense all that astral energy earlier must have been because it was too much for that Zoogle to contain by itself.
So, then where do you think the Zoogle went? All that energy and poof, it's gone. The Zoogle with it. Doesn't that sound weird to anyone?
Indeed it does. However, in order for us to move our hypothesis forward, we will need to gather more evidence first. On that note, how are you holding up, Rinwell?
I just can't work out why. Why the voice reached out to me first.
Rinwell?
I can't help but wonder if it's because of my heritage that I was the one to hear it. Sorry. That's a strange thing to think, isn't it? Anyway, we should get going, right? We need to make sure the energy flow has actually stopped.
Are we gonna have to take this winding path all the way back down, too?
Yeah, but if anything, it should be easier than the climb up.
Really? Well then.
Actually, I've heard it's easier to develop muscle aches when going down.
Seriously? Everything all right? You kinda looked like you wanted to get something off your chest.
Huh? Oh,
Or not, you know, whatever.
yeah. You know...
Yeah?
Sorry, never mind. Just forget it.
You want to try being a little less cryptic, maybe? All right, jeez. Sorry for taking an interest.
Stop it! It's okay, Hootle! Sorry. I guess I still don't really know how to put it into words.
Nah, that's fine. No rush. It might help you to talk about it, though.
I'll keep that in mind. And thanks.
Oh, locked. Alright.
Hootle?
Oh, then he's behind me.
Right, here
Oh,
goes!
these fuckers.
Here I call!
I'm ready! Rinwell!
Astral energy!
Say no more. Got it!
We're
Deep
done.
in the soil.
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. With your flames and my technique,
We're stronger together than we are apart.
I've got a really bad
Take
feeling
this.
about this.
no escape! Not a chance! Catapult!
You got
Strike!
it, tornado!
We've turned the tables on him.
There are
Not a
still
chance.
more...
Right, no time to hold back.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Oh, did I fall farther than I thought I did?
Gotta break through! Take this! Ha! Rising Wyvern! Not a chance! Not a chance!
Down on the
No
ground.
escape!
Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
No!
Your blade moves
Not
like
a
silk.
chance. I just let my...
How fascinating.
Easy peasy, huh, Hootle? This'll be a delicious piece of cake.
Glacial spear.
Rising
I'm
Wyvern!
ready!
Law, demons descend!
Flashing Fang!
Raging
I'm ready!
Cascade!
Kisara! Commander of Heavens!
Phoenix Cyclone! That was almost too easy.
No enemy can stand against us.
If only every battle went...
Right, here goes! Not a chance!
Wow. Look what I just found.
No, Jesse, if I ever do a 24-hour stream, it'll probably be like a subscriber special like people do. But I would have to break it up to 3 parts. Since YouTube's past 10 or so hours, it's YouTube's like, nope, video won't work ever again once you're done streaming. I figure like if a 24-hour stream would be, I would have to like do a 10-hour stream and then end the stream, do whatever I can to start another one as soon as I can for 10 hours and then last 4 3.5 hours or something. Basically, I just gotta improvise on 24 hours on YouTube.
I'm not done! I'm not done! My
You're
turn!
really,
We've
really
turned the
strong,
tables on
Alvin.
him. I'm just trying to do
Still, it's reassuring to have you around.
But I would have to be feeling well
Looks like it could be worth
slash,
something.
you know, free for for at least 48 hours. If I'm streaming 24 hours, I also need breaks. And I'm also gonna need to rest for a day or two before doing much out of this.
Yeah.
A comfortable win.
if anemia is really what's making me so tired all the time, even before it was what is found. Maybe if I can get it under control, I won't be so. I can imagine, stay up 24/7, 24 hours without being too much issue. For a long time, I can't even do more than a couple hours lately.
Let's dispose of the trash.
I shall ensure you survive this. Seismic rupture!
Hydration orb!
Barely a blip on our radar.
It looks like that beam of light has stopped.
Then is it safe to say we've avoided oblivion for the time being?
I can still sense a faint glimmer of energy, though. It hasn't completely dispersed.
You can tell? Rinwell, your senses seem a lot sharper than before, don't they?
And you said you heard that voice, right?
I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I don't feel bad, though.
If trace amounts, however small, do remain, then it leaves us no choice. We must destroy the entire structure.
What do you suggest? We bring it down piece by piece?
Once that's done, what do we do then?
We go to Lenegis. Even if we could destroy the whole wedge like he suggested, it'd only buy us time. The fact they sent this thing down tells me they're not giving up this planet without a fight.
There's also the matter of the Renis Alma. Its circumstances still have yet to be truly resolved.
But how do we even get to Lenegis?
What if we hotwire one of their starships? There's gotta be one on the planet somewhere, right?
Starships are only seen on Dana at the start and end of the Crown Contest. Otherwise, they remain on Lenegis. Believe it or not, we Renans down here aren't quite as free to come and go as one might think.
Great. Well, I'm out of ideas then. We definitely don't have the tech to build a starship. And even if we found a Renin who'd help, who knows how long that'd take.
Yeah. Waiting for a starship to come down from Lenegis would probably be quicker than that.
Wait. Alphen, when you came down from Lenegis, it had to have been in a starship of your own, right?
Right. Oh, of course.
You can't be serious. That was 300 years ago. There's no way it's still gonna work.
But Alphen didn't wake up until a few years ago. That means it had to have still been functioning that whole time to keep his body preserved.
Indeed. You wouldn't happen to remember where you landed, would you?
My memories around where I parked are still a little hazy, but I do know that I woke up in Calaglia.
It's a more extreme case where where'd I fucking park?
At least it's a place
Where'd I
to
park my
start.
This isn't where I parked my starship.
Luckily, that realm's my old stomping ground, so I should be able to get us some help finding her.
This is it.
Yeah. As long
That'd be
as
awesome when we
Lenegis is down
create, like-
there, there's no avoiding it.
Like
So what's this
spaceships
helping
and
Calaglia you're planning
flying
to
cars that
invest?
go around the planet or other places.
Nath.
If the whole like, this is not where I parked my car. Joe could be like, well, this is not where I parked my starship. What the fuck?
Right.
have advanced autopilot, so you're just like, hey, go home for me.
Our first port of call is Ulzebek.
Back where you first started out.
Yeah, along with my dad.
You okay? You don't look so good.
I think I'm just a little seasick, that's all.
Liar.
Huh?
You heard me. You've never been good at hiding your emotions, Shion.
Excuse me? Just what do you... No. You're right. I'm sorry.
Is it about Alphen?
No. Not just him.
Something you can't talk about?
Rinwell, I'm not like the rest of you.
Of course you are! No, I'm serious. Back when we first met, I think maybe then I did think we were different. But now I know that isn't true. You and I are the same, Shion. We're alike in more ways than you know. If any of us is different, it's me. I'm a Danon who can use magic. I may be the last. My family and I have been living in hiding as long as I can remember.
Everyone has their own pain that can be hard for other people to understand. I saw the two of you talking and thought you could use a third wheel. So, here I am. Sorry.
If anyone's the odd one out here, it's me. Believe me, you don't want to listen to my problems.
Want me to go?
I didn't say that.
I get that you must have a lot circling around that head of yours. And that's okay. Whatever's worrying you right now, you're allowed to worry about it. And you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. I know I'm not a Renin like you, or a mage like Rinwell. I'm not a sovereign, maiden, or lord. I'm just a Danon who used to be a slave. But regardless of all that...
You're also our mom. Don't let that slide.
That goes for me too. We all want to be there for you. Me and Hootle and even the boys. I promise. I mean, that is what friends are supposed to do, right?
I said this to Alphen, and now I'll say it to you. You're not alone in this.
Thank you. Rinwell. Kisara.
And right on cue, I think I should make my way back and lie down for a bit. My battle with this ship continues.
Yeah, I better head back too. We wouldn't want the guys thinking they're in charge. Can you imagine Law at the helm? Who knows what kind of trouble we'd get into?
Still, if that's true, then it's all the more reason I have to do this.
I think it's safe to rest here now. All right, something is definitely up with Shion.
Yeah, something big by the looks of it. I've never seen her so serious.
So, do you think we should say something to Alphen then?
I was wondering the same thing myself, but then it occurred to me. Whatever this thing on her mind is, it's probably the last thing in the world she wants people to know about. If she's trying this hard to keep it secret, then it's not really our place to go telling people before she's ready.
Yeah.
I can't tell them. There's just no way I could, right? What am I supposed to do?
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Wow! Thank you. What? Great!
Yeah.
Wow.
I wish I could get an examination.
Well, if you say so. Let me see, yes, you're in well, alright?
If only your brain could keep up with your mouth.
Laura tried. He tried.
Ah, Calaglia. Feels like it's been ages.
And wasn't Zephyr with us too?
Dad.
Hey, chin up! This is your hometown.
Everyone around here looks so much happier than they used to.
I'll say, it feels like an entirely different place. I suppose it's had time to adjust to its newfound freedom.
Zephyr would have been so happy to see this.
Yeah, he really would have. Especially if he knew Law was... Law? Something bothering you, Law?
Nah, I'll be fine. It's just, you know.
It still weighs on you, doesn't it? Running away back then.
I abandoned my home. Then when I finally come back, it's been liberated. What's important is that it's free. I get that, I do. I just... I should have been here.
Oh, just one thing after another, and it all falls on my head to...
Hey, Nath.
What? Can't you see I'm... Alphen?
Looks like you have your hands full.
As much as ever. As if I wasn't busy enough putting down the last remnants of Renin rule, I'm up to my ears in Danon disputes. And then, to top it all off, that thing had to come crashing down from out of the sky.
Pretty sure we've heard this somewhere before.
But enough about my problems. What can I help you with?
Yeah, we're looking for an old Renin starship. You wouldn't happen to know any around these parts, would you?
A starship? What do you need one of those for?
To get to Lenegis.
Lenegis? Are you out of your damn mind?
Believe it or not, it wouldn't be the craziest thing we've done recently.
Oh, I believe it. Well, either way, I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about a starship.
Then do you have any historical records by chance?
Sure, we've got stacks of old records.
Mind if we take a look at them?
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Nath.
I read through all of the records, but I only found a single line that might point to what we're looking for. It mentions a rock that shot across the sky and landed past the mountains. The event was recorded just before the first Renin invasion.
And you think that might be the starship?
I don't know. There was nothing else in the records that came even close. It looked like it was someplace called Berg, but maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Berg?
That ring any bells for you?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest volcanoes in Calaglia. I was just there recently, investigating a report of a meteor someone saw.
Another meteor in the same area? Really?
I wonder if it could have been one of those lights that shot out of the wedge.
All the more reason to check it out. Can you tell us how to get there?
The old Zion mine is up that way. One of the veins we abandoned connects to the volcano. Go ahead and use that. But you should be careful.
Huh?
I don't know if it has anything to do with the meteor. But there's a giant Zoogle running riot in there. Never seen anything like it.
A Zoogle, huh?
Well, I turned back as soon as I caught sight of the thing, so I can't tell you much more. Just be real careful if you head out that way.
Hmm.
All right.
I guess... Hmm.
Right.
I didn't like the sound of that monster Nath was talking about one bit.
Well, we have to press on. We're going through Zion Mine to Berg Volcano. Let's move.
Everything okay with Hootle, Rinwell? He seems kinda out of spirits.
It must be the heat getting to him. We don't get these kind of temperatures back in Cislodia.
Galaglians born and raised here struggle with it too, so it's no surprise.
Aha! So that's why his plumage is so white. He was born in a winter wonderland.
Actually, Dan and owls absorb the astral energy of whatever land they're raised in. Where they're born doesn't affect their appearance at all. But that's not why he's white. The real reason is that he's still just a baby.
You mean their plumage changes color depending on where they grow up? Weird.
And with all this traveling we've been doing, it wouldn't surprise me if his wings ended up looking like a colorful painting.
I think he suits his snowy complexion. It'll feel strange to see him change.
How awesome would it be if his head and wings were different colors? And his stomach and sides, like a map of our travels! Ow, lay off, will ya? So much for the heat making him docile!
You've only yourself to blame for that one. Hootle takes pride in his appearance, you know.
Fascinating. An appreciation of aesthetic beauty in an owlet so young.
Dohalim, I think you've drawn his attention.
Voodoo tends to be a fan favorite, Jelly. When I watched the Mysterious Swordsman part of people's blind reactions in Let's Plays, live streams, like sometimes the comment section is once in a while you come across people like, if Rowan killed Hooter right then and there, I would have uninstalled the game. A bit extreme, but okay. I should probably check to see if the like horse. We're good.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Barely a blip on our radar.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Be bored, why not? More horses. Because apparently in this world people eat horses. You get horse meat when they mature. I don't know. Maybe horse meat is a real thing somewhere in the country. Maybe you can buy horse meat that's not for dogs, right? Maybe. Somewhere. I don't know. I know sometimes you can get like horse meat when the horse is like I think dying or something. Like when they decompose them for after death of the lady, you can use them in the meat or something. I don't know how it works. Oh, you know, I'm pretty sure you can feed that to dogs. Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, but if only I could soar the skies like you, my friend.
I don't think I've ever seen this. Voodoo on Doingham's arm. Huh. Kebab. Yes, you can make fish steak, maybe. Missing tuna. Where's big price fish for some of that? Let's have pancakes for dinner. Why not? We have voodoo pancakes, we can have Doing pancakes, and we can have Shion's heart attack pancakes. That's not what it's called. I'm just calling it that because she puts all kinds of sugary stuff on it, like chocolate chips. I think she put candy in there or something like that. Yeah, it says inside it are candies that pop when eaten and with them an obscure amount of calories. So the heart attack pancakes.
Thanks for waiting, everyone. Come on over and grab some food.
I don't think if you ate that one that once, it's gonna give you a heart attack per se, but you know.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
I think it's
I've
gonna
been
take a
thinking
little
about
bit
what we discussed earlier.
more effort than
His
that.
reasons might not have been pure, but in the end, Dohalim still made Elda Menencia a place where Danans and Renans can coexist. I thought everyone would welcome that change, with open arms. I took pride in what we had without putting in the work to truly solidify it. After so much failure, do you think I even have the right to pursue my ideals?
It doesn't matter what I think. You've already found your answer, haven't you?
I know what I want to say, but I can't help but wonder if I'm being selfish.
Everybody makes mistakes in life, Kisara. Everybody. It's what you do afterwards that matters. But you already knew that, right?
Yeah. I won't look away from the world any longer. I'll do my best to confront reality, so that we don't lose anyone else. Ever again. More to the point, Dohalim needs someone who can push him forward. I think we both get lost in our sorrow too easily when we focus on the past.
If we see that happening, we'll set him straight. Don't worry. We'll look out for both of you. I have to say, though, if you turned out this well modeling yourself after Miguel,
I'll think
you
about
really
it.
must have been a great man.
What, you didn't believe me before? I'm pretty sure I've been going on about him since I joined up. If you need more convincing, I've got plenty more stories about him.
Tourette's is
Maybe
what's that
another time.
abbreviation that people been faking about?
I'll take watch tonight. It's
Like,
okay.
I don't know, DID or something. Those fake videos about pretending to have a disability.
Before we go, do you guys have
I
everything?
wonder if that's what the DID is. ticks and Tourette's like I have. Oops, shit. Wrong keyboard. I fucking hate that shit. I don't know why it confuses the fuck out of me with doing using the keyboard next to each other. Suspicious attempt to sign in with your password. What? Google, what are you telling me? Huh? June 1st.
That probably knew. It does that when they'll tell you, no matter if you log in from a different device, it'll tell you, and it turns to me.
Hey, because that's my appointment, yeah. I'm like, I don't know what I was talking about. Like, no. Then I said June 1st, and you apparently mentioned that, and then it's like, oh, that's the first was my appointment. That's when I told you before at the beginning of the stream, before the stream, that I tried to log it in.
Yeah.
Now, yes, it was me. Excuse me. I wonder how to change the security number. Because it has my old phone number as the phone to text me with my new password.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how to switch that so it'll go to the phone I have now. I'll do it off stream. But I was just wondering that. Oh, no, it's a mental health condition. That's not what I'm looking for. People are making fun of thinking about having tics, and I don't. And that's called Tourette's, if I remember right. I know it's called Tourette's.
Fine. Hey, I can't. Yeah.
You sneezed?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you. Oh, it's just called Tourette syndrome and Tourette disorder. Now, that's the one thing I have that I don't really think about much. Oh, Tourette thing?
Mm.
I bring it up to my doctors when I get new doctors or a counselor or something to get medication or like that, but I don't really think about that. That's why I have like twitching and stuff. You've seen them.
Yeah.
And those shivers I get. I never really think about that. It doesn't usually happen all the time. Now the autism side, that's always active if I like it or not, so. You can't hide that. I can't hide that 24/7, unfortunately. One right way? Yes.
It's quite hot here. The climate feels different from Menancia's.
It's gotten much cooler since leaving town, though.
Does that mean eyes were burning holes in us?
Huh? I don't know what you mean by that, Laura.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Hey, Laura, remember? Oh, you weren't here, but Sephiroth and I came here at one point. This is where Alpha incinerated a bunch of soldiers.
Be on your guard.
So we're back in the Zion Mine tunnels. Who would have thought we'd be going through this place again? This is where you and I first fought together.
And also the first time we touched, as I recall.
Wait, really?
Yes, really.
I forgot about that. I guess he wasn't paying attention. Kind of preoccupied with keeping himself alive, I guess. No, because he couldn't feel pain back then, so when he touched her, he probably didn't even realize he touched her. Now think about it.
Right.
That's probably why he doesn't remember. He didn't feel it. He didn't feel his hand against her shoulder. That's why he wouldn't know. Yeah. That's the problem with not feeling pain in any part of your body. You can't even feel the person you touch.
No.
Or the object. I mean, I think your body will still react to pain. Just you won't know it's pain. Unless you notice something, right?
Right.
I'm pretty sure they when Rowan pinned Alfred down to the ground, he can't feel pain at that point either, but I want to say his body was down like he was in pain because he was in pain, he just couldn't feel it kind of thing.
Right.
Because you can be in pain, you just can't feel the pain. Because some people brought up, they were wondering why he was acting like he was feeling pain. No, I think it was more his body reacted. Because even if you can't feel pain, your body feels it. You just can't feel it yourself. It doesn't compute to your body or something. I can't explain it, but
The pain, the body can feel the pain, but your brain can't register it.
yeah. So what? That's the definition?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
No choice.
Because your body can react to things that it doesn't feel. So.
Right.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Yeah, it's something to do with a nervous system.
Yeah.
That the nerves can't communicate with the brain like it should, or something like that.
Yeah.
An opponent like this should be easy. Now!
A comfortable win.
I believe that's where Shion was locked up. The cutting board with a knife here. That's where they cook dinner? This is something randomly put here.
So this path is supposed to take us out to Berg Volcano?
We're not gonna see any lava burst out in front of us or anything, are we?
Don't get so paranoid you let a rock fall on your head, Law.
Yeah, but Wimmo, the rock would be very hot. So in real life, you can't be anywhere near lava, right?
Hmm.
Well, I mean, you can't be walking around a volcano. The heat would dehydrate you and kill you quickly, right?
Yeah.
But that's only in real life.
Yeah.
I know some people put logic with like
So hot.
the volcano in games where they could walk right next to the lava. It's like
volcano.
the game,
We need to find
That
that
is not great
starship.
when you shoot to
And
the thing.
fast.
huh?
It's not great when you shoot either.
No, because it melts the
Oh.
uh,
Rubber part of your shoes.
rubber. That's what I'm trying to say. Couldn't think of the fucking name for it. Like rubber. Yeah. Yeah, unless you directly jump in a pool of lava,
And here I hope
you melt very slowly and painfully too.
Hmm.
A comfortable win.
If you stand in like a puddle of lava, it will melt you to you're nothing left. But I think it doesn't melt your body quickly unless you're pretty much covered in it. Think? I know I never jumped in a pit of lava before, so I don't know. Anyone out there that has tried it and tell me the results?
Maybe the blue.
They won't live. That's the joke. The joke is that they wouldn't live. Therefore, no one would be able to tell me.
You're really, really strong, Alvin.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Still, it's reassuring to have you around.
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
This'll make us even more formidable.
A gothic dress.
Huh. You can make plants grow instantly? What if we use this for fruits and vegetables?
I'd rather not be our party's fertilizer. Thank you very much.
Also, using powers to grow like plants and stuff, wouldn't that not make the food very good for consumption? It's like the beach bleach episode, right?
Hmm.
It's like where Ichigo is like, is it safe to be using your powers to make the ice? Like, that is a good question. You can make ice out of thin air, right? Is it really good for you to consume?
Alright.
Like if you force something to grow quickly with like some kind of earth power, is it still edible?
If
Right.
only every ba-
Hi, Hoodle.
I get it in anime when they have like ice powers. It's basically them just drawing moisture in the air, making it into an ice, right?
Yeah.
And so that's how Sub-Zero does it, right?
Yeah.
Like he takes the moisture in and then makes it use that moisture to make ice.
Hmm.
I believe that's how ice powers usually work. Even if it doesn't rain, there's always moisture in the air, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Let's see what you've got. Your blade moves like silk.
I just let my instincts take over.
How fascinating. Over so soon?
choice. Here I come.
Stay calm. I shall provide
You're
assistance.
really strong.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Good.
Still, it's reassuring to have you around.
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
My face is starting to sting, and my throat feels super parched.
Here, have some water. Just make sure you don't drink too much.
Thanks.
You want some too, Xion? Oh, wait. I bet you're hungry more than anything, aren't you?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Come on now, but I know she's obsessed with food and thinks for her stomach, but we're in a volcano here, buddy. I think she would be more thirsty than hungry no matter how much she wants food. Just saying.
Nice. No scratches on
Just
my
wanted to
shield
point
or
that
my
out.
armor.
I guess technically I could just skip all the treasure chests. I think about trying my attempt at speedrunning Tales of Horizon.
Coming through. Take this. Not a chance.
I don't know if I
You
can,
are
that's the thing.
tip-top shape.
Not a chance. As soon as I'm done here, I'll come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
Not in
You
terms
want
like,
that by a mile.
I don't think I can, like, do a speedrun, like, record time kind of thing. No, I mean, like, keep my interest long enough to beat it in a speedrun. That's my issue with speedrunning. That since you're skipping everything, I have trouble, I get bored super easy, so I end up just not doing it anymore. I don't have enough motivation to skip through everything in the game as much as I don't want to do it. Back up. Otherwise, there's a few games I would like to try to speedrun. Not to beat any records, but just for fun.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Strike! Come one, come all. My turn. My turn.
One more.
No
So their
escape.
hide is thick as
Excellent
armor.
technique.
My turn. How are your weapons holding up?
Best not to give me any ideas.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Little help.
Take this. Strike!
Steering
We
flag.
did it! My turn.
Reload.
Our superiority was undeniable.
It feels invigorating to dominate a battle.
I was certain I saw you yawn.
Come now. I'm certainly not that relaxed.
Ugh. Did anybody see that?
No choice. Take this. We turned the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to.
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
This bridge will hold itself together, right?
Most definitely. Though I won't make any promises.
Which one is it?
Callous. Calcified.
It can be both,
Collateral.
Law.
What kind of poem
He
is
can,
that?
he cannot guarantee that this thing will stay together, but he's pretty much positive it will. Right? Like, it can be both. You can be sure it won't break, but you also can say that you can't 100% prove it won't. So,
Right?
but you can be confident in it, but it doesn't mean it's gonna work.
I won't forgive you.
Here I come. No escape.
Raging Luna Storm!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
crazy to see rocks melt before our eyes.
Watch where you're going, everyone. If you fall, there will be nothing left of you.
Exactly. So don't try anything funny. Especially you, Law. No pushing anyone, not even as a joke.
I'm not a little kid!
Everyone's so harsh on Law, damn. Show the boys some respect around here.
Whoa!
Oh, I hate you guys coming after me.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Not a chance. My turn. My turn.
Nicely done.
Discourteous, aren't
You're
you?
mine. Not a chance. My turn.
Over so soon?
No choice. Here I come. Not a chance.
No dawn
No
shall break
escape.
this night.
Thunderfield!
We're in good form.
I'm okay, guys.
I love the fact this game doesn't have fall damage. It just makes things a little quicker.
I didn't know you had that sort of trick up your sleeve, Dohalim. I would have figured rocks and plants would be too different for you to handle both.
Not necessarily. Both of them contain Earth astral energy. Luckily for me, this area is rich not only in fire energy, but Earth as well.
Oh, wait, is this a shortcut? Nah, we don't want shortcuts. We got killing to do.
No choice.
Lightning condense! Radiant look!
We turned the tables on him.
Really?
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Barely a blip on our radar.
Discourteous, aren't
Here I
you?
come.
I shall ensure you survive
Not
this.
a chance.
We won that by a mile.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Here I come.
This'll come in handy.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
I put at least 197 hours and 45 minutes into this game. Just to point that out, Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
I think why are my favorite games rank up so high in time played on it?
I know. What?
I figured that. I was just making a joke the fact that more than anything else. I'll try to beat Kirito and Asuna on unknown mode after I've done everything else. Just maybe upgrade more of my double arm for it. Oh.
What the hell is that
It's
thing?
Ifrit.
Probably that monster Nath warned us about, if I had to guess.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
But why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dana's astral energy.
We can figure that out later. If that thing gets into town, it's going to cause chaos. We need to take it down and move on. Let's go!
Ifrit. Ifrit, not
This one's
Ifrit.
tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone.
Put your hand down. I guess I could take the other hand, but
Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me?
can I not?
Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared.
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
It's summoning Zoogles?
Alright, these huge
Take care of
ones
it.
call for
Keep an eye
defeating a
on
bunch of normal enemies and then
Stalagmite!
finishing it off real quickly.
Lunar
Stuff with that.
It looks like you
I'm
got this
ready.
one covered.
Law! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I shall
I'm ready!
Law!
Demons descend! Flashing Fang!
Here come more!
We'll just have to keep fighting.
By the power of
Don't get
Fang!
carried away.
Prison!
An
Confiscate!
astral art?
That's my cue!
Not a chance! Shut him down!
Think again!
Sounds like you're a Legend of Zelda player.
Reinforcements incoming!
Not a problem!
My turn!
Don't mind if I do! Arch
You're
Seal!
mine! Catapult! No escape!
Now,
None
none shall
penumbra!
escape! Frozen!
Hammer!
Go off, why don't you?
It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
Everyone all right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
How are we supposed to take on something so big?
I'll handle it. Just
Alphen!
watch and learn. That's enough! Go back down!
Did it? Yep. And poof.
Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zoogles, didn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps a living spirit vessel? It's plausible, given the location. Or it may be part of a new force dispatched to regain control of Dana.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light, we must have prevented something from taking place here.
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way, we can keep moving forward now. Let's go.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
So at this point, it's safe to say we've beaten all of those things that we saw flying out of the wedge, yeah?
Yes, there were 4 lights, so that should be all of them now.
They put up a good fight, but we beat them right back down again, huh?
Weren't you even a little scared while we were fighting them?
A little.
But we still managed to beat them with our own hands. That's what matters here.
Yeah, exactly!
I do hope that really is the last we see of them.
Each one seemed to be unique and correspond to a different element. I doubt there are more of them running around out there that we don't know about. Wouldn't you agree?
Why did you look at Dohalim when you said that?
No big reason. I just figured I stole some of his usual thunder by explaining it. I know how much he loves to do that.
You know him well at this point.
Yeah, don't even look flabbergasted. I still don't know what that means, but I think I use it in the right terms. Well, not terms, but the right way.
Hey, is that it over there?
Alphen?
Did you remember something?
No, but I have seen this starship before. This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
Three centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals.
Damn! I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Yeah, but you've got us now, Alphen.
Not only that, but you've helped out so many people, too.
Law's right. Rinwell too. You're one of us now. No more carrying the weight of history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Right. Thanks, you guys.
How's it look?
It should fly. All internal systems seem to be operating. However, considering how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait? I'm terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child.
I resent that,
how about we
Monroe.
use this time to prepare and gather supplies for
I'm
the
terrible
trip?
at waiting
Good
too, and I'm
idea.
34.
Who knows
Well,
when
there.
we'll be back from Lenegis once we leave.
No kid.
We should prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we go.
Let's try not to stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Either we race ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets. I shall leave it up to you as to how we proceed, Alphen.
Works for me.
Well, it all depends. Is there any side course? No, we're good.
It's funny, isn't it?
What is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegus? After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegus.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renin. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No offense to Shion and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, our aim is to ensure that both Lenegus and the Renin homeworld leave Dana alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
The people of Lenegus?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Shion and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't we?
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana. There are those on Lenegus who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegus. And wherever she is, we should find the Renaissance too.
That's right. If we can take it back, then Shion can finally get rid of her thorns. Shion?
Huh? Yeah.
Hope I know what's up. Wish I could fall asleep sitting up. That'd be nice, right? I fall asleep standing up before, but that's because of a totally different situation. You do what you gotta do, I guess.
Where'd Shion go? How could she just go off on her own? Shion. Shion! It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
What a way to what a thing to wake up to. Sleeping on a son, you hear, then you might as well shoot me because I'm gonna stop you if you don't. Kinda that's kind of awakening you don't want, right? Like, go shoot who now?
That wasn't the first time.
Huh?
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Xion. But tell me how is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait, the whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Xion, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first, but ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renis Alma on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the Thorns.
But that's... too much. It's way too much.
When this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Shion!
Elfin?
Only living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Elfin.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen! We can fight this! We'll fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else too?
Shion, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys...
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Shion is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which, I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Shion. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys. You're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone. For right now, and a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegis.
No, I didn't.
The end of the world. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I believe Shion is telling the truth. What about you?
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Shion doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Or that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy can become sentient. Let's return to when we found Shion in Pelegion. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renin would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegis. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
How you holding up?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You took a hit from those thorns again, didn't you?
Oh, that? That was nothing.
Compared to what Shion's going through, you mean? Still, even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Shion wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shion what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of killing them. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all take for granted. And it's not right.
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants. I have my own dreams, but a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it. Can't sleep?
After everything we just heard? How could I?
Fair enough.
Shion's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. That it was because she didn't want to hurt anybody by getting too close. I just figured that that was the type of person she was, you know? But it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like she had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good. But even then, she didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it made her happy, knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, I don't think she could have ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah, I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Shion's able to do that one day too. No, I mean, I hope she's able to do that more. Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts. And forget about our grudges and pain.
Rinwell.
Ooh.
Did you know?
You mean about Shion?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off, but I never could have imagined. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I couldn't even see it.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
You? But you're the one always looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time, though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge, and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her, no matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Shion, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alphen.
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're your own man now, Law. And you've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry. I guess those of us amongst the living have enough problems to deal with, don't we? We'll need all our strength to save Shion. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point, but I guess I'll think it over more then. That okay?
Yeah, I think it is.
I'm gonna end the stream here. I gotta get something to eat and ice. So see you guys next time, alright? Bye-bye!